Out of the Blue, proudly brought to you by San Remo. We're family.
Another surprise!
Out of the blue.
You want that with fries?
Out of the blue. Come with me across the sea on a barbecue. We're gonna cook for you.
Nothing but blue skies!
Out of the blue.
You want some chili with those fries?
Out of the blue.
You know, over the years we've had the great pleasure to travel throughout South Australia, in fact the world, but one place in particular that we really love is Italy. Today's episode is a bit of a trip down memory lane with my old mate. We're going to show you some of those highlights. But I'm also catching up with my new mate to cook some beautiful food.
You know, with me, it's always about food, and in particular, my love and passion for pasta.
Our passion is seafood, and here we are on our very first trip to Italy at this most gorgeous seaside town called Gaeta, where Michael has cornered a fisherman for some produce.
I can't believe it. We're here in Gaeta Harbour in Italy on the fishing vessel boat called the Santa Maria. And with me is Luciano, who's the capitano, but I've got to translate. No, capitano, he's the capitano. But you're numero uno. See, we can talk. And I've got my translator, Stefano. Stefano, the fish is fresca pesce, eh?
Yes.
Pesce di Maria.
Tutto fresco.
Yeah.
He said it's just fish.
I can see this. Grondo?
Grongo.
Grongo. Good for supper? This is great for soup. And also scampi. Beautiful. For spaghetti. Alla brace. And we've got here gamberi, which is the shrimp. Beautiful shrimp. I reckon we'll put that into a pasta, a beautiful thin pasta or spaghetti into that. Grazie tanto, Luciano. The captains on the Santa Maria.
Hey, what are we doing today?
Today we're going to do San Remo Vermicelli alla scoglio, which is pasta with crustacea or shellfish in a light tomato sauce with a bit of wine and a little bit of grappa. So we got scampi that we got off the Santa Maria, and we got little baby shrimp,
Now,
which they call gambarettes.
I have to tell all our viewers that Michael took about 3 hours to shell those, didn't he? He did.
He's here, like this, shelling all the things.
Hey, but look at that, absolutely perfect. And and also we're using other great products. These beautiful little cherry tomatoes were grown about 10 k's down the road. The basil was grown here in the garden, organically grown. We've got a little bit of purple basil there and a little bit of the green basil. And of course, the ultimate in pasta, the San Remo pasta.
So Michael, we need to cook.
You start, I'm just going to cool down.
Come back.
Just got to cool down a bit. It's very hot here at Gaeta.
I'll slice the garlic. Okay. I thought you were going to help me.
Oh, no, I'll give you a hand. Here I go.
Can you do another garlic for me, please? And also the chili. I reckon we'll put 2 chilies, put the slit in, just to release all that little bit of a tang. And also,
you're starting to come around to chili a bit, aren't you?
I haven't had much choice, given on it. Well,
yeah, little slit, that's what you do.
Little slip, okay. We're just going to soften that up.
And remember, the smaller the chili,
the better. And one more?
What?
And one more garlic, One more garlic, I think so.
This is very extravagant, Michael.
Oh, well, Michael. So what you're doing now, this is beautiful sugo or tomato puree. And we just got to mix it in there. Okay. And we need some pepper, Michael.
Okay.
A little bit of pepper to season it with.
Yeah, you do that.
And
got
also
one more chili.
about a 1/4 cup of that lovely white wine, the Bianca wine. And a little bit of grappa.
Oh, no, not the grappa.
Just a little bit of grappa.
Oh, no, beautiful.
I want it in the
little bit? How much more?
I can smell it. All right, so we're just going to let that simmer.
After the break, we're back with the results of this delicious recipe.
All right, so we're just going to let that simmer.
Look at that. How long for?
I reckon about 2 or 3 minutes.
How are you going to know that?
Well, it's going to reduce and it's going to evaporate and thickens up a bit.
Oh, beautiful.
And then we put in the
seafood?
The pesce, the crustacean. Okay. Now we'll put in the scampi first, Michael, because they'll take the longest to cook.
You put the juice and all in?
Absolutely. Why waste the juice?
Certainly.
So let that cook for about, I reckon, about a minute at the most.
Yes.
And then we're going to pour in all the shrimps.
Right.
Because the gambarettes are very small, piccolo.
Look at these beautiful tomatoes.
They're
I
fantastic.
mean, how good are they?
Yeah.
They're
Now
fabulous.
We're going to put some in here in a minute.
Do you want me to cut them or just put them in whole? Why not whole?
I reckon whole, okay?
Okay. I'll start
Now-
getting them ready.
I'm going to put in, roughly we've got 1/2 kilo of pasta and we're going to put in about 1/2 kilo.
Hey, boys.
Let's put in the lot. Okay.
This audience. audience.
There we are.
Oh, look at that.
There we are, okay? And then
These are
we have
fabulous.
pre-cooked the pasta. The simplest way to cook it, just read the instructions on the packet and it's very simple.
Yep,
just
look,
salt
they're
and
here.
water. Yeah.
There they are.
Yep.
Can't go wrong.
No.
Easy to read.
Now, Michael,
Now, did you say vermicelli?
Vermicelli.
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 You know, no, I won't go there.
See, that's nearly ready. Now, would you
More
put the-
tomatoes?
No, I reckon a couple more.
Yep.
Okay.
There we are.
Now, would you like
All
to?
that grappa, I can smell
Right.
it, Mike. That's very strong.
Would you put that warm pasta
Yes,
in the bowl?
in the bowl here.
And we're going to pour the.
Oh, look at that. Ooh,
Look at that. Oh, I got to tell you.
beautiful.
And you just don't want to overcook your seafood. I think that's it, Michael.
Okay,
We'll turn it
beautiful.
off. That just
Gonna
took
pour that
minutes
over
to
there.
do.
Oh, Michael, look at that.
And
Look
there's
at
a chili.
the
And you won't be,
colours.
and you won't be able to mix the chilies.
And
And
basilica,
the decoration to you.
put a little bit on.
Yeah, I would say
Just
so.
a little bit?
Yes, a bit. All the way around.
Just
put
tear
one,
like that.
one nice bunch in the middle.
Yeah. Look at
You
that.
have to hold up a
Cheers,
sign
cheers,
and
cheers. Look at that.
salute.
Oh, look
Okay.
at that. And a little bit of a
Yep.
couple of red
and
ones
there we
there.
are. Here's our scampi. How's this?
You're very good.
Oh, hang
you
on.
know.
No, that looks. I like it.
No,
I like the
exactly.
green. I like the green. I like the green.
Oh, you like?
the green? The green. A bit more green on the other side.
You don't like the purple one, do you?
Oh no, I like the green because the colours. The colours are
Yeah.
so. And also the green. San Remo Vermicelli alla scoglio, all the way from Gaeta.
Being in Italy means we can follow the Mediterranean way of eating. And I'm interested to know why it's considered so good.
Now, Kylie, I've heard so much about a Mediterranean diet. What's it all about?
Well, Michael, I suppose depending on what you classify as a Mediterranean diet, and often there are lots of versions floating around nowadays. Originally, we're talking about the Mediterraneans and their diet. So that encompasses all of the different countries sort of around the Mediterranean Sea. In about 1960, a study called the 7 Countries Study was done. And what they were looking at was obviously a reduction in risk of cardiovascular disease. And they found that a particular group of people, the people who lived in the southern Europe, were actually seemingly protected and had a lower risk of deaths, all-cause mortality from cardiovascular disease. So when they started having a look, they realised that there were certain components of this Mediterranean diet that were actually protective against heart disease.
So the Mediterranean diet really isn't a weight loss diet. It's more just a genuine healthy diet, a
Yeah.
lifestyle diet.
Yeah, so it's a way of eating. In terms of, getting back to the Mediterranean diet, the balance there is making sure that you do get all the different food groups, because each food group provides a unique set of nutrients. So the Mediterraneans obviously had a lot of natural yogurt and things
pasta,
like that.
of course.
Yep, so just in terms of pasta, the way we sort of Australians and Western people eat pasta is a little bit different than how they used to do it sort of in the traditional Mediterranean diet. It was more a side for them,
And it's not a difficult lifestyle to change too, is it?
Well,
I think most of us probably dabble around the edges.
Yes,
Yeah.
so sitting down to sort of, a very lovely tomato dish with a bit of olive oil and some
Yes.
herbs and things like that in amongst family and friends. And in
Pretty good.
fact, Mediterranean diet, a part of that is that cultural, the sitting together and the importance on
Yes.
family, the importance
Connection.
and the importance on physical activity. These people weren't sort of sitting sedentary. They were up collecting their vegetables and tending to their livestock.
You've
and
convinced
things.
me.
So I have.
Thank you.
Excellent.
After the break, Adam pays a surprise visit to Kelly Golding from SA Life to help her out with her hectic life.
Hi, Kelly.
How are you?
Good.
Come on in.
Thank you. Kelly, I know you're a busy working mum and sometimes you might get stuck for, dinner ideas. I've come up with a simple pasta recipe and I've made this wonderful sauce which has eggplants in it, zucchinis, a little garlic and tomato and basil, that's all. And it's so simple to make. So all I've done is I took the eggplants, I peeled them and the zucchinis as well. So I get it in there, I heat up some olive oil, add the garlic, just for a couple minutes, add in the zucchinis, the eggplants. It will soak up all the oil, but add a dash more good extra virgin olive oil. The eggplants love it. And then in with some tomato, let it cook for about 10 to 12 minutes, fresh basil, seasoning, and you're done. The great thing about this sauce, Kelly, is that you can make it a day or two before, take it out of the fridge, heat it up, make this pasta dish quick and easy and tasty.
Perfect, that's what we need.
We do, don't we?
Yes.
So, San Remo penne pasta that's been cooked, perfect, just al dente, yeah? So meaning firm to the food.
Try some?
I have to eat whenever I'm cooking, it's a must. Really simple dish. Sauce into the pasta. Okay, I'll get you to mix that for me. Try not to get over your lovely blouse there, but hey.
I can't make any promises.
So look at that. The sauce is just coating the pasta, okay? You don't want it to flood and be all sloppy. You want it to be nice and coating that pasta and tasty. Grab some olive oil and just place it over the base with your hands. I love getting my hands involved whenever I'm cooking. All right, that will help stop the pasta from sticking to the base of the baking dish. In with half of this. If you wanted to, maybe for the hubby, you could add a little bit of chilli, you know, later on, and spice it up a little bit.
We don't like chilli here, so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. In with that. Now, half the amount of pasta. Some fresh bocconcini, so I'll get you just to tear that in. We're gonna add some bocconcini and some ricotta, and then the pasta's gonna go straight back on top again. And what happens is when we put it into the oven later, when you go to cut it, it's like this surprise. You have this beautiful, cheesy, oozy filling with your pasta.
Yeah, is that right? Like just
Nice,
quarters or
perfect.
something?
There's no right or wrong way with this. It's all about rustic food, enjoying simple pasta. So Kelly, tell me a bit about your daily routine when it comes to cooking dinner meal or lunchtime.
Okay, normally it's just on the go. I probably don't take much longer than, half an hour for dinner. That's perfect, so something like this is ideal.
And also this pasta dish the next day. You can pack it in the hubby's lunchbox, you know, when he goes off to work. School as well, yeah. So the remaining pasta goes on top. So we're gonna have that beautiful cheesy centre. So that other cheese that I added into there was ricotta, which is one of my all-time favourites. Nice, soft Italian cheese. And what happens is when it cooks, it'll start to melt down and just ooze through the penne and jump inside.
Yep.
To finish, some more bocconcini over the top for me.
All right.
So that bocconcini makes like this beautiful cheesy top.
So it doesn't matter if it's all overflowing, does
No,
it?
it doesn't. That's the
Do you want me
beauty.
to pop this on?
Yep, chuck it in as well. The beauty about pasta forno, in particular pasta bake, is it's all that rustic. You're taking, you know, your pasta, your sauce, mixing it all together, layering the cheese in there, and it'll just, when it gets into that hot oven,
It'll
combine
just do
together.
its own thing.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah.
So into the preheated oven, 200 degrees for about 4 to 5 minutes, or until it's nice and golden brown. There you have it, Kelly. Pasta forno, pasta bake.
It smells amazing.
And it looks even better. See these crunchy bits?
Yeah.
That's my favourite. Normally I dig in right about
too.
now. Lucky you. I'm going to leave it here for you to enjoy with your husband and your beautiful daughter.
Oh, sensational. Thank you so much.
More seaside adventures coming right up.
Now, Keith, we're down here at Glenelg Jetty. What do you got me down here for today? What do you expect to catch?
Well, at this time of year, Michael, we've got a little bit of sea breeze. We've got the run-in tide.
I can see the hair.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of gel in it. Then we've got garfish around the jetty, and we're trying to catch a few gar. The main baits we use for garfish are a commercially bred gent, which is a maggot.
Yep.
The thin end is the head, and the fat end is the tail, and that's where you prick them onto the hook, so they always
Hook
wriggle.
into the tail.
Yeah, always into the tail. This here is like a ground bait or a burley, and that's a commercial made one, which is predominantly prawn shells and oatmeal and so forth. Now, that's a little, like a brass spring, which the burley goes into, and when that hits the water, that'll disperse, and the fish will go in.
So long as that hits the water, you're right. Here we go again.
So what we're doing there is that we'll throw that float out.
It's very relaxing, isn't it?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Is it a fish? There, he's got one. That looks a big one, Keith.
Yeah, that's a nice gar.
That's a beauty. Look at that. Here, give us the line.
There we go. Oh. Now,
wow,
that's a nice gar from anywhere in South Australian waters.
Keith.
And you can get a lovely fillet off of that, and they're very, very sweet, beautiful fish to eat.
But seriously, you only had the line in for a minute, not even that.
Yeah, you just, when they're a little bit touchy, just make sure that you move the bait just a wee bit.
Yes.
And it'll induce them to take the
fish,
bait. They're a lovely fish. Just
this is down here at Glenelg.
At Glenelg. And you get those off of all of our jetties. Yeah.
Well, Michael, you've caught some wonderful fish.
Oh, look, I just admire Keith Goody. He's amazing. He said he was going to catch some garfish, and he did. And you've got some...
Spencer Gulf prawns. You know how you can tell?
No.
Look at that beautiful bluey tail there.
So what's the recipe?
Well, we're using San Remo pearl couscous, and we're going to do it in a risotto manner. Some butter, thank you, sir. A little bit of olive oil as well.
Olive oil. Now, you'd like me to slice some tomatoes?
I would love you to do that. Couscous goes in, Michael. We're just going to toast it off.
Yep.
Now, your pearl couscous, it's going to take a little bit longer to cook, but in the manner that I'm doing it, so like a risotto, we're going to put it into the pan, add some fish stock, and let it absorb and cook away slowly. Just watching with that eye to keep stirring it. Now, Michael, the main thing with the pearl couscous, toasting it, you just want to make sure that you're moving the couscous always constantly. That way, it doesn't stick on the pan and burn, so it's nice and evenly coated. A little bit of seasoning and some saffron now, please.
Waiting for this. Now this could go in the southwesterly here, but we'll try a little bit.
Yeah, go in.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I know what's going to happen. Oh, there you go. Don't worry, we're rich. No, we obviously maybe a touch too much. That was my fault. Sorry,
No,
I just got excited. So it's starting to toast ever so slowly. So tomatoes in, they can go in as well.
And as you said, probably the riper the better.
100%.
Yeah.
Now I can really get the smell of that saffron. Starting to come out nice pungent smell. Some fish stock, just add a little bit in. Pick up all the saffron threads on the side of the pan. Look at that.
Wow.
And I'm just going to lay the prawns on top, Michael. So it's almost going to like steam, semi-steam, with all that flavour. A little bit more stock into the pan. Just enough to cover the prawns also. Grab my lid back.
So if you were at a restaurant and you did put a bit of extra saffron in, would the price of the dish go up?
Yeah, we charge per scoop, per thread. Well, Michael, it's been about 5 to 6 minutes there.
You should be here with us. The aroma, the
You remember
perfumes.
well, don't you?
Is something pretty special.
This is something a little bit fancy. So I'm going to take your beautiful garfish, make little roulades, and I'm just going to sit them in there. Like
Is that what a roulade means?
Yeah,
Roll.
a little roll. So it look like a little rose, a beautiful garfish rose.
Yeah.
I'm just going to allow them to sit in there. I'll get you to chop the parsley while I'm doing that.
For you.
And I'll place the lid back on just for a little, one more minute. So I've got to get that lid back on, just with the wind. Nice little sprinkle. Look at the colours there. We've got the red from the tomatoes, the golden colour from the saffron, that pink flesh from the prawns.
Love it.
And then you said to me, well, where's the olive oil?
Yeah, where is the olive oil?
There's nothing better than dressing your San Remo pearl couscous with your beautiful prawns and your garfish with a good Balducci olive oil over the top, just to finish it off. So one more minute on that, just to allow those garfish roulades to steam through, cook through, and we get to taste. Well, Michael, on the ground with that.
Yes.
A little bit more parsley, please, sir.
There we go.
Straight on top.
Look at that.
Now, Michael, no plating here. Take it straight to the table, to your loved ones, to your guests. Little olive oil over the top. Okay. A little more pepper.
A little olive oil.
Just a little, it's a dressing. Now I add a sprinkle of sale.
Last minute.
Just a little bit like that.
Thank you very much indeed.
Have a look.
Bon appetit.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to
and
go
have
for the garfish.
So am I. Look at that, perfectly cooked. You know, a minute in the pan with the saffron and the tomato and the couscous, juicy, fresh.
Well, that's our program for today. We've caught garfish. We've found out how good a Mediterranean diet is for you. And it really is good and easy to follow. And we've had a good time.
We have, well, like always.
We really have. So we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Out of the Blue, proudly brought to you by San Remo. We're family.